The constant push for solar and wind as the only way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions is getting pretty tired. It should be obvious by now that while there's a place for solar panels and windmills, we're going to need to do a lot more than just cover the planet with them to limit growth in CO2. They require a lot of room and they're unreliable. Solar and wind power rely on sunny and windy days. They are intermittent. I'd say they're opportunistic. The more a power grid relies on unreliable energy, the more they have to spend on ways to compensate for this, often batteries, and reliable power, such as from natural gas, which can be turned on and off again relatively easily when it's cloudy or calm. German research from almost a decade ago predicted that increasing the share of German electricity produced with wind power would drive up costs. Sometimes windmills produce too much and sometimes too little, or even nothing at all. Germany and California are two examples of a wrong-headed belief that solar and wind are the complete solution. Their energy policies have led to high prices, in California's case unreliability, and in Germany's case a disastrous reliance on Russia. I don't want climate extremists to force us to live in a world where a change in the weather will cause power cuts. We're going to need a lot of innovation and much clearer thinking if we're going to tackle the problem of increasing greenhouse gas emissions. Any serious effort needs to embrace nuclear energy. Per unit of electricity, it is the safest form of production. The Sierra Club remains unequivocally opposed, as they put it on their website, to nuclear power. They're living in a fantasy world, and they're not promoting practical solutions. The world needs to phase out coal-burning power plants and substitute natural gas because on average you cut CO2 emissions in half, as well as eliminating a lot of harmful pollution where the coal is burned. At SL Advisors, we invest in natural gas not because we are climate deniers, but because we know this is a big part of any serious effort to curb emissions. The Sierra Club and other misguided climate extremists have dedicated themselves to making it less attractive for companies to invest in new oil and gas production. The result is that countries are rushing to buy more coal. In fact, the CEO of Shell recently pointed out that China added more coal production capacity in the third quarter than Shell's oil and gas production on an energy equivalent basis. Chevron CEO Mike Wirth recently said Joe Biden entered office with a very clear agenda, and I quote, which is to make it more difficult for our industry to deliver energy to our customers, end quote. The world relies on fossil fuels for 80% of the energy we use, in spite of trillions of dollars invested in unreliable energy. Methane emissions from cows and sheep, from front and back, to put it delicately, are 14% of global greenhouse emissions. Recently, I met someone whose company, Sea Forest, is developing a food additive for cattle that will alter their digestion to reduce or even eliminate methane emissions. I'm sure there are thousands of research efforts going on aimed at finding new solutions. Lowering greenhouse gas emissions relies on sensible choices. More nuclear, switching from coal to natural gas, innovation, and a recognition that China, by far the world's leading producer of greenhouse gases with a 28% share, cares more about raising living standards than lowering emissions. Because climate extremists have promoted policies that are opposite to everything I have described, their efforts are failing, and they're making energy more expensive without solving the problem. Even the New York Times, not exactly a politically unbiased publication, said recently that climate extremists are opposed both to drilling for more oil and gas and rising prices for oil and gas. These people are just not that smart. It's time for some more serious solutions. If you're interested in learning more about the energy sector and interest rates, then don't forget to subscribe and follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter. Our handles are in the description box below. To find out more about what we're thinking, you can sign up for our twice-weekly blog at sl-advisors.com. We always love to hear from you, so if you have any comments or blog ideas, please leave them down below. I'm Simon Lack. Thank you for watching this video.